Hello, hello, hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. In reality, it's Wednesday. Happy Tuesday in hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. Welcome. Good to see you. So, I apologize. It's pretty late. But you know what it is? I've been, So I started this new prescription. They gave it to me. Well, they gave it to me last week, but I think I started Sunday. And hey, as you're joining me live, let me know you're here because I don't see who's here, who's not here. But yeah, so I started taking this prescription, right? And I think it's keeping me up because it's like freaking 2:11 in the morning here. And I'm like wide awake. It's crazy. I think it's got to be the prescription. But I take this little chewable pill that's like botanical and organic and clean and all that stuff for helping me. It helps me with sleep. And that thing works so good, man. I take one and it tastes really good too. It's like a little mint chewable. And you take it and bam, gone. So I think I'm gonna need to take one of those tonight. So yeah, I think it's gotta be the prescription. But I gotta figure out a way to get to bed earlier. But anyway, let's get into tonight's live. I've been wanting to talk about this for a while. And this is not something new. This is nothing new. So, gym etiquette, right? Now, what is gym etiquette? Let me tell you something. I don't care if you're new school, old school, middle school, side school, up school, down school, anyway school, whatever school you are. That's not the point. The point is this. Some things don't change. There's got to be gym etiquette. Now, before I get into that and give you an example, it's not just about gym etiquette. Remember, it's about patterns. It definitely shows up other places. So let me give you an example, right? So when back in the day, me and my boys used to go and hit the gym and we used to train really hard, right? And one of the things was that I started training with my best friend, right? And it was just like a system, like a assembly line, right? He would get on, do his thing, he would take off his side of weight if there need to be, adjust his side, and I would adjust this side, and it was just understood. And I'll get on and I'll do my set, and boom, 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 and we're done. We would rack everything back up. Meaning, if we had 2.5 plates on a bench press bar, and I'm benching 2.5 plates, when I'm done and we're done with that exercise, we're not gonna leave 2.5 plates on the bar and just go to another exercise. We're gonna take each plate off, rack it on the rack where the weights are, leave the bar the way it is, blank, and go to the next machine. Why? Why would we do that? Why would we not leave all the weight on the bar and just move to the next? I mean, the next person can take it off. Why would we do that? Why did I install that in my best friend the first day? And why did I install that in anybody who's ever worked out with me? Some of you are on this, you would watch this live. Some of you are my friends here. Anybody, why have I installed in that to anybody I've ever worked out with? Then listen, first of all, you do your side, I am your babysitter. If we're supposed to adjust weight, you take care of your side and I take care of my side. Like if there's a bar, right? If it's a dumbbell situation, it's a different story. If it's a machine, it's a different story. But if it's a bar, we gotta adjust weight. You gotta adjust your set. I adjust my set. I'm not nobody's babysitter. 1, 2. We rack the weights. I don't care if you have 100 plates on that leg press machine. I don't care. We rack each one up. We take each one off and we put it back. We just leave the machine blank the way it's supposed to be. And why do we do that? It's called gym etiquette. It's about, I'll give you an example. So there's a few, but this one really stands out. There's a guy in the gym that I'm going to, right? And he's there with a buddy of his. And I don't know if it's a brother, a buddy, a cousin, or whatever. He's there with a friend. And this guy is yoked out, right? Tall, built. He can handle some weight. He looks like he works out. He's got arms, legs, whatever. He's yoked out, right? And then the other kid is obviously not. He's training him. He's helping him, which is great, right? He's helping him, and then he's doing his. It's funny. He's doing his set like his friend is doing his set, and he's just like staring at everybody else, like flexing, right? And then when they leave to go to the next exercise, he always leaves all his weights on. And there's some machines that you rack plates on, and it's a machine. And sometimes he's got 3-4 plates on there on each side, and he leaves them. And he just takes the kid and goes to the next exercise, and he's just like staring at everybody. Right? Now I gotta go there. I gotta unload 4 plates. Obviously, I can't freaking move 4 plates. So I gotta unload it and reload it with my weight. And then freaking just waste my energy, waste my time. For what? For the guy. And why do I share that with you? I share that with you as one, if you're going to be a role model, if you're going to be a trainer, if you're going to be somebody of an inspirational source to anybody, then you freaking better do it right. You don't take it. It's not about showing somebody to pick up a 20-pound dumbbell and press it. My dead grandmother can do that. What the hell is that? It's about first showing the routine, showing the form, adjusting his weight, making him understand, hey, where he needs to level up, level down, the reps, all this stuff. Not zoning out into the wilderness, 1. And 2, what kind of a role model would say, hey, leave your crap behind for somebody else to clean up? Think about that. I bet you this is the same person that goes to the restaurant, and when they leave, they don't put their chair back in. That kind of tickles me. Not in a good way. I don't like that stuff. Maybe this is a guy that, I know this is definitely the person that goes to a restaurant, eats their food, and just leaves a pile of mess. Doesn't even say nothing and just leaves. Why? Because you're leaving a trail behind of not giving a damn. There's always somebody else who's going to clean up after your mess. I'm asking you to be conscious of those things, because it's not just about the gym. It's about the restaurant. It's about your work. Do you push your chair back in? I'll tell you one thing, that's one of the things, if I'm out with somebody, or if I'm out even with friends or groups, that's something I always watch for. I like to see who pushed their chairs back in. It says a lot about the person. I promise you. It says a lot about the person. person. Nobody's there to clean up your mess. Listen to me. If you leave mess around for other people to come and clean, I guarantee you will be cleaning up somebody's mess pretty soon, over and over again, and you won't even know why. Right? It's about being conscious of those things, not having that expectation that somebody else is just gonna do it. It's not my thing. I used what I had to use. The rest is up to them. Right? So the point here is this. It may be gym etiquette, but it's also life etiquette. You know, a while back, I read this quote by John C. Maxwell. He said, leave anybody or any person that you come in contact with better than you first saw it or saw them. Leave it better. So I've had that in my head now. It just kind of echoes in my head, right? And I want to try to do that. When I go to the gym, I rack my weight. I still do. Doesn't matter if 20 other people don't. I do. When I go to a restaurant, I don't care. I push my chair in. In fact, if the other chairs around me are not pushed in, I push those in too. That's just how I do. When I'm done with my food, I don't just leave a bunch of napkins everywhere and all this mess everywhere. I pile it at least on top of my plate, so it's just one thing they take away. And I'm grateful for them when they do it. It's just my style. It makes me feel good. It just makes me feel better when I do that. It is. So I'm asking you to be conscious of those things. Don't leave your dirt and mess for other people to clean up. Please. Don't do that. It's like horrible. You know? You wouldn't want to clean up somebody else's mess. Why would you think somebody would want that, right? So be aware of that, be conscious of that, and since it doesn't feel good for you, it certainly won't feel good for others as well. Drop your thoughts, your comments, your feedback below. Sorry, it's a little late. I think I'm about to fall asleep. I took a sleep, that pill is called sleep, so I took a sleep right before the live, so that thing hits me within 15-20 minutes. Like, I literally feel it. So hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value. I actually didn't think I'm going to talk this long at this late, but I really wanted to talk about that. It kind of rubs me the wrong way, you know. You don't want to be that kind of a role model. You don't want to be that kind of a trainer. You don't want to be that kind of a big brother, big sister. You just don't. You can do better. And that's all. So drop your thoughts below, your comments below. Oh, let me give you this. Thank you so. Okay. So a lot of you have watched my live from last night, where I gave you 3 very personal things that have happened to me in the past 92 days, right? Very personal. I was very vulnerable, and I shared some, very personal stuff. Man, I'm actually really surprised that more people have watched it than I thought. I asked a few people, hey, did you happen to catch my live last night? They're like, yeah. Really? Yeah. And I got a bunch of texts today asking me if I'm okay, if I need some love, if I need some care, if that's cool. You know, that makes me feel good. So I appreciate that. I appreciate all those texts and chats and messages. I've tried to return all of them. I think I've caught up, but I really appreciate that. You have no idea how much that means to me. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yeah, and if you haven't caught the live from last night, well, maybe now you're gonna go watch it. But yeah, so thank you for that. I appreciate that. Drop your thoughts, comments, love, hate, whatever it is below. I appreciate you guys. Let this feed grow. And like always, till tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.